Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas!
Well, hello and welcome to today's episode of Need I Say Myrrh, the Christmas podcast. Today is a special bonus episode for Christmas Day, just a little Christmas Day gift for you from us here at Need I Say Myrrh, the Christmas podcast. This is not anything related to the format of the podcast so far. This is just a special treat that comes to us from Ella Hay, one of the podcast guests, the author, and she's done a special exclusive recording of her Narnian Nativity, and we'll share that with you today as a special Christmas gift. And I'll take this as an opportunity to thank you all again for listening to this podcast. It's been great fun for me to record it, and I'm glad that it seems to have brought some joy to some people out there. And so thank you for listening. Maybe see you again in the future. But until then, I hope that you have a great Christmas filled with much joy in the Saviour who is born for us, who is Christ the Lord.
The lioness didn't have a name. None of the talking animals did in those days. Even here in the high moorlands, far from the icy queen's pointy palace, it was safest to seem like one of the speechless beasts. But things were changing. The lioness kept telling herself so as she padded south through the snow of that everlasting winter. It gave her an excited, squiggly feeling, as squiggly as when the cubling growing in her belly kicked his little paws. The robin hadn't told her to go south. That messenger from the mighty emperor had said plenty about this special cub, but not where he should be born. The lioness knew, though. Something beckoned her to press onwards to the castle of legend by the sea, its empty thrones filled with promise. The star beckoned too, a brand new star, its fuzzy tail shooting up into the night, as if waving to get her attention. As long as she trudged with her eyes fixed on the star, the lioness felt sure that she was heading right. She travelled alone, no daddy-to-be at her side. Why would she want one of those lazy, preening fellows with their floppy manes? They'd had nothing to do with it. This cub was hers, and no one else's. As she slid across a river, its ripples frozen in time, a blizzard whipped up from nowhere. The lioness gasped. Never mind the castle. The cub was about to come. She needed to find shelter now. Something grey loomed through the white. Something large and solid. Something safe. She drew closer and made out a huge table of worn stone, slipping thankfully under its protection. It was snug and peaceful, with an otherworldly hush, a strangely perfect place for the little lion cub to come blinking and yawning and hiccuping into the world. The lioness licked him clean with tender wonder. Could the robin be right? Was it possible that this could be the one who had sung stars into being and breathed life into lampposts? She couldn't believe he had been given to her, to be her darling, her little lamb, hers and no one else's. Or not. Even the blankety snow couldn't muffle out a scuffling and a pattering and a chuntering about robins. Seriously? Had that blabberbeak bird told others? Better to keep it secret because of her frosty majesty's spies. A random group gathered by the flinty table leg, peering under. A couple of squirrels, a family of dormice half asleep, a hedgehog fully asleep and being rolled along by one of the squirrels. And further back, 3 horses. No! A centaur, a unicorn, and a horse. The lioness smiled. These were no spies, no enemies. Their eyes round with awe as they gazed at the warm bundle of fur snuggled against her. Even the hedgehog sneezed awake and shook himself free of the snow he had collected.
"Is this it?"
squeaked a dormouse.
"Will it be spring now?"
Not quite yet, whispered the lioness. But the door between the worlds has opened.
Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas!